What's good, everybody? It's your boy Sincere from whoissincere.com. I just want to talk to you today about this Black Lives Matter movement and the All Lives Matter movement. I've been getting a lot of comments on my Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, even on my Tumblr, my website. It's ridiculous. I mean, it's like there's these people in the All Lives Matters movement that, it's not even really a movement, but it's just a hashtag for people to use that it's pretty much, they can say, oh, well, you're saying Black Lives Matter, all lives matters. Come on, man. We know that. Don't act like black people don't know that. Y'all acting silly when you say that stuff, man. That's the kind of mess that makes me mad. I'm trying to talk nice today, but that's the kind of mess that makes me upset. You think black people don't know that all lives matter? Why wouldn't we know that? Let me just inform white people why we know that. Black people didn't have to worry. You didn't have to worry about asking black people to fight in wars with you. We have fought side by side with white people through many wars. Wars. Do you know how many millions of soldiers we done lost? Not just soldiers, but people in general. Even from the slave trade, them throwing thousands, if not millions, of bodies in the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean from bringing them from Africa, chained together. So at the end of the day, the black man has, we have lived the longest genocide that is ever recorded to man. The Holocaust ain't got nothing on what black people go through. Are you serious? That's why white people don't want to talk about the depth of what happened during slavery. Because what really happened is the black man and the black woman were broken. They were broken from their cultural roots, from their cultural ties. They don't know themselves. They're in a place of life where, black people, you can hate me for saying this, but it's the honest to God truth, where their white counterparts are 2 to 3 times smarter than they are. Why? Because they get better access to jobs and education. Black people in the black community, we're going through Common Core. I'm not saying white people aren't going through it too, but I'm just talking about the majority of black people who aren't in great economic conditions. So, I'm calling it how I see it. It is what it is. You go to any major city and you can find the hood, and then you can find the good part, and you're going to see the major color differences, and then you're going to see the major differences in the schools and the stores and the quality of groceries. I could go on and on and on. This capitalist society has not been built for the black man. So when we say Black Lives Matter, we're not talking about the black men and women and children that are getting shot down by police. We're talking about a bigger problem. You want us to fight with you side by side against the government because you know that they're a tyrannical government? Okay, fine. We'll do that. If it's anything that the black people will do, they will fight side by side with you. You should know that by now. How many wars do we have to fight? How many more black people have to die in a uniform for you to understand that we know that all lives matter? We're not stupid. But at the end of the day, you need to understand that we need to fight our battle. When we win our battle, we all win. For white people to be so smart, why don't you see that? I can tell you why some of you don't see it, because you enjoy being in denial. Let's keep it G. Come on, let's keep it real. I'm tired of seeing this, oh, well, all lives matter, and, oh, well, what about the white kid that just got killed by the black kid? I bet you're not going to see Black Lives Matter now. No, I'm not going to say nothing about it. You're right. I'm not going to say nothing about it because it's been happening since the beginning of the time. And until people could learn to start, listen, man, I don't even want to get into this on this little short video, but when you people put up stuff like all lives matter and this is what happened to this white family over here, this is what happened to these people over here, and it was done by some crazy ass black individual, I sit back and I think, yeah, that's not right, that's not good. But at the same time, let's have an open conversation, an open discussion about black men still being hung. Let's have an open conversation, an open discussion about Sandra Bland. Let's talk about Sam DuBose. Let's talk about Quadir Felton, who's still alive and locked up in New Jersey. They're being shot and blinded just like Sam DuBose. Well, Sam was shot and killed, but Quadir was shot and blinded. I did an interview. It's on my YouTube. Go check it out. I talked to the mothers of these victims. For all you people saying that all lives matter, you haven't talked to the mothers of these terrible tragedies. Stop playing. And if you're going to continue to say that all lives matter, do me a favor. Do yourself a favor. Do some homework. Go talk to these families. Go talk to these families and you go tell them good cop stories. Go tell a mother that just lost her son senselessly. Matter of fact, go tell, what's his name? Tamir Rice. Go tell Tamir Rice's mother that there's some good cops that are out there and they're all not bad. Don't nobody want to hear that crap, man. We know that. That's why there's still police forces, because they help the community. They help to keep order. We get it. But we're not talking about the good cops. There's been a plot since slaves were freed. Since slaves were freed, to be able to get us back in jail, to be able to keep us under the rule of law, to keep us under a thumb. And it has not stopped. The first system after slavery was over was called convict leasing. Go look it up. Slaves were freed. So what they decided to do is make everything that a black man did a crime. Even not having a job was a crime. You could do hard time for not having a job after slavery, after you just did a whole lot of working. So people caught standing around in town without a job, guess what? They could be arrested by the town sheriff. They could be taken to jail, and once they're taken to jail, the same slave owner that used to own them could go to the jailhouse and rent him. We're having that, man. The jailing system has not stopped for the African American. The killing has not stopped. When somebody can point to me out of day that racism was abolished, that racism is through, then we'll stop talking about Black Lives Matter. If you can't point that day out to me, if you want to tell me, oh, slavery ended, what ended the mentality? Nothing ended the mentality. They took off the white robes and put on blue uniforms. Come on, man, let's not be stupid. And because they put on the blue uniform, they didn't put on the blue uniform and say, hey, you know what, those other ways that we had before about ourselves, those weren't right. We're not going to practice those ways anymore. No. They still practice those ways, man. There's more KKK and Masons in policing and in government than you can even think about. Grand Masters. Come on, man. This is not a game. People see this one layer out here. For all you all lives matter people, let's talk about that. Let's talk about the groups and the organizations that these police officers are in with other people in government and also corporations that creates this little family. It has nothing to do with the public. We know what the cops protect. Most of it, they'll come and they'll help out when it's really needed. But at the end of the day, the primary mission is to protect infrastructure and then to make sure that the money goes right. The money has to go right by people behaving correctly. In this down economy that we're having right now, it seems like there's a clamp down on that factor of behaving correctly. It's turned into, this intolerant form of you better listen to me or else you will die. We got to be honest about what we're looking at here. If you think I'm wrong about anything, feel free to fact check me. Feel free, do it. I'm asking you to, especially if it's going to be at the expense of you learning something. All lives matter. We know that. We get it. We were there for the wars to fight with you and to make this country what it was, or what it was and what it is. A lot of that was built off of my ancestors. Okay? A lot of that. So don't sit here and try to tell me ever that all lives matters and that black lives don't. Or like black lives don't. You better get with the program, people, and come over here and help this Black Lives Matter movement, because if you don't help us, don't expect us to keep helping you. For what? We've helped you for hundreds of years now. Help us get right. Help us get equal opportunity education. Help us get equal opportunity income. Stop being afraid. You don't have to be afraid of us. We're not going to do anything to hurt you. If we were going to do something to hurt you, we all would have turned into Nat Turner during one of those wars we were fighting with you and shot all of you on the field, and then went back and took your houses. Did that happen? No. So at the end of the day, for you not to trust the black man is your biggest error. The black man is your best friend. The black man used to raise your families, used to help with your children, used to help with their education. The black man has built the wealth of a lot of white businesses in America. That's why there's only like 2 black billionaires and hundreds of white billionaires. Come on, man. Don't play games with me. When we talking about Black Lives Matter, we talking about All Lives Matter. You better get with this Black Lives Matter so you get some help for that All Lives Matter. If not, my Black Lives Matter people, I see where it's going. We're going to start banding together. We're going to band together, and you're going to end up getting shut out, white people. I don't want that to happen. I'd like to see everybody integrate together and not on no crazy mess. Like, I like integration, but a mild, modest integration. I'm not saying, everybody go out and go get yourself an opposite race partner tomorrow. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying we need some tolerance. That's the level of integration we need. Just tolerance. If we had tolerance, and if white people lost that fear of the black man and the black woman, we're not here to take your position. You brought us here and stole us from our country, tried to make us think that our African ancestors sold us to you. No, y'all stole us from our country. You stole us from our country. You bring us here. You treat us like slaves. You talk good about us to your friends as we're slaves. Oh, yeah, I got a big Negro, and he does a great job. John has been taking care of the field, and we're trustworthy people, huh? We're trustworthy, good people when you own us. But after slavery is over, guess what happened? Everybody turned into criminals and thugs and all of this. We got an economic system that is our economic system for the black community is terrible. It's tragic. You got black people living in other countries doing better than the United States. Are you serious? I'm a United States Army veteran. I'm ashamed of my country. I'm ashamed of how we treat black people here. I know some good white people. I worked for a good general. His name was General Abrams. He was one of the best white men that I ever worked for in a higher up position. Not all white people are freaking racist, man. I understand that. All lives matter, not all white people are racist. I get those things. And many of my brothers and sisters get those things. But what they don't understand is why the people that aren't racist are not sticking up for us and not helping us out in our fight. Yeah, this is a long video. I'm getting tired of standing here talking, but you're going to get this work today. I don't normally like to talk like this, but man, it's getting to me now. It's getting to me because it's ridiculous. I know people aren't that stupid. It's just being naive, listening to this media. Stop watching Fox. If you haven't watched the documentary Out Fox, go watch it and then turn the channel from Fox. Don't ever put that crap on your TV. So people are tricked by the media and then they're lying to themselves. I don't know why. Some of you got tendencies to be partially racist. And some of you are just in denial because you got fear, because you got white privilege. I get it. I understand. Get out of that fear, though. We're not here to take anything from you. We just want what's rightfully ours, and we want to be included on an equal basis. That's all black people are asking for. Black Lives Matter. They built this country. Yeah, you white people, y'all are smart, y'all are intelligent. I got a lot of science going and technology. I understand those things. I understand a lot of things about the white man. Why? Because I've had certifications in computer courses, networking, security, all those things dealing with computers. So I understand white people and how they think. Yeah, y'all got some really intelligent people. One of my best friends was a white boy growing up. He became a nuclear engineer for the Navy. Now he works on government contracts for the government. Leave it at that. So I have some really intelligent friends that are of the opposite race. But when it comes to my people, I'm a soldier for my people. I'm a fighter for my people. I love my white friends. They're excellent people. Smart, intelligent, good, kind-hearted. But for you folks out there that keep saying all lives matter and ain't never had a black friend a day in your life, how much do all lives matter? And if they do matter, then you better come over here and get with us and help us fix the situation that we're facing against these state governments, local governments, and the federal government. We have a problem. We have a problem. We need help. If you're going to help us, come help us. If not, stop playing. Don't waste our time. We don't want to hear any more of these stories, these good cop stories. We got enough good cop stories. There's enough cop shows on TV. If we want to see a good cop story, we'll turn on TV to CSI, one of the 1,000 CSIs, and the other cop shows that are on. Other than that, we don't want to hear that crap no more. Come help us. Help us so we can help you. Plain and simple. This is Sincere with whoissincere.com. Signing out. Visit my website. Follow me on Twitter. Homegrown Sin. Talk to you later.